Hello data friends, this is Kamil. In this video I will be talking about the Databricks Certificate Data Engineering Associate. That's the exam that I recently passed, and I would like to talk a little bit about this because I've received a lot of questions about how I passed, how I prepared, and etc. and etc. So apparently that's the topic that many of people like you are interested in. So let's try to cover what kind of topics you can expect in the exam. Yeah, if you open Databricks website, like databricks.com learn certification data engineer associate, you will see what exam covers. First thing is Databricks Lakehouse platform, then ETL with Spark, SQL and Python, incremental data processing, production pipelines, and at the end data governance. Those are 5 pillars that you can expect on the exam, so it's better to be prepared. Yeah, and then I don't exactly remember how many questions are per each of these topics, but definitely you should expect some of the question of each area. Yeah, so you need to prepare of each of these area for the exam. Okay, let me try to a little bit explain what you can expect on each of this area. So first one is Databricks Lakehouse platform. So of course you need to understand the Lakehouse. What is the Lakehouse? What is the Databricks workspace? What is the basic architecture of Databricks? And what is the medallion architecture, for example? What is the data layers like bronze, silver, gold, yeah, on the high level? So this is the basic understanding you need to know. Then ELT with Spark, SQL and Python. This topic requires you to know the fundamental things like how to work with data frames, the basics of Python, how to build some transformation with SQL, which is very similar to the Spark SQL, how to work with the data files, CSV, JSON, text files, how to read them, how to write them very quickly with one line of code, how to do that exactly with PySpark, yeah, how to flattening files like JSON, for example, yeah, working with Parquet file formats, yeah, how to partitioning, how to save tables with partitions. Those are important topics in this area, yeah. In general, how to transform the data with PySpark and Spark SQL. Then another area is the incremental data processing, yeah. So what expecting here? Actually, autoloader is one of the techniques that is used for incremental loading processing. Streaming approach, for example, yeah, if you're building the transformation, you can use, you have 2 modes like batch and streaming approach. When you build the code that is prepared for, working with the streaming approach, you can use the same exactly code if you prepare this appropriately for batching. Yeah, it doesn't mean that streaming can and have to run all the time and have to have the cluster up and ready all the time, yeah? So that's not the case. So you should familiarize yourself with the approaches or modes like batching, streaming, and how to build this process in notebooks. Another thing is delta lake tables, yeah? This is very important topic because, in the Databricks, everything is delta lake tables. Of course, except the standard things like JSON and files format, as I mentioned earlier. Yeah. So, but if you want to store the data in the silver, gold layer, even in raw, which is bronze, you should keep it in the format of delta-like tables. And Databricks is very good at it. So you should familiar yourself with the delta-like tables very, very much. You need to know about this almost everything, which includes, like transactional log. What is that? How to work with it? How to check the history? How to partitioning tables? How to use the time travel? What is the time travel mechanism and capability? PySpark, Spark SQL, how to work with delta-like tables with those languages. Those very important things. How to optimize tables, how to use zip order, what is the zip order, what is the copy into, when to use it, and etc. What is the managed tables versus unmanaged table or external tables, yeah? What is the CDC? Because it's, you know, it's very straightforward related to the incremental approach of loading the data, and of course at the end to build you know, optimized process for loading and transforming the data across the whole data platform. Fourth pillar is pipelines. So production pipelines, how to build them, how to configure them. What is the Delta live tables this time? Yeah. What is that? What is this mechanism? How this helps you? How this helps you to define the dependencies? Do you need to do anything specifically to define dependencies? How to prepare the code? How to configure the whole pipeline with your existing code? How to use the SCD type 1? How to check the data lineage, for example, with your transformations. And then, as I said, how to build, how to configure this when you're running, how to parameterize the notebooks and pipelines, and etc. And the things like this. You know, the pipelines offers also the quality controls, the data quality monitoring. What is DAG? Yeah, you should familiar yourself with the DAG and how to check it, where to check it, you know. What kind of panels actually Databricks offers you in terms of monitoring the whole pipelines, yeah? So you must practice those things, yeah? It's like it won't be, you know, enough to just read about it and go through some practice notebooks and follow the steps. You should at least work a little bit with that to be better prepared for this exam. And the last fifth pillar is data governance. The data governance is about, you know, securing data, controlling the permissions, controlling the access to the data. So everything what we have in the data governance, most of the things is around the Unity catalog, the new feature in Databricks that actually allows you to control how you can control the access to the data, how you can organize, what kind of objects are there, what is the schema directory, what's kept there, you know, and how to manage data access, how to share the data, what is the Delta share actually, you know, and what is the three-level namespace actually, yeah? So far you probably know two-level namespace, which is the schema or database.object name or table name or view name, yeah? Now you can you can use the three-level namespace in this. So actually, what is the third element of it, yeah? What is the Delta sharing mechanism and how it works? Yeah, so you should know that if you want to you know, answer appropriately on those questions in this area. Okay, now how I prepare for Databricks exam. Yeah, I use the self-service training on Databricks Academy. I could use this portal for partners because I'm working for a company who is a partner of Databricks. So I opened the Databricks Data Engineering course, version 3 this time, and I went through the whole, from A to Z, the whole course from the beginning to the end. I was doing this for two reasons, actually. Of course, I was not learning Databricks from scratch because I was working with Databricks for some time, but recently I was more focused on Microsoft Synapse. But you know, it's the same kind of topic and the same very similar kind of approach using you know, Spark SQL, using PySpark and notebooks, for example. So all those things are very similar, but I was not working specifically with Databricks recently. One of the reasons why I wanted to go through the whole course was that, you know, to just, you know, refresh my mind, refresh my knowledge about all those topics, making sure that, okay, I know this, I know this, I know this. Even if I thought that I know some specific topics, I know that this specific lesson, I wanted to just go through it and in making sure that, okay, I don't miss any kind of tricks, I don't missing any piece of code. And in that way, I think it was good idea because I fill in the gaps in my knowledge that I had as well. Yeah. So I went through the whole course, which took me about maybe less than 20 hours, maybe more. I don't exactly know. I don't exactly remember. I didn't count it, but it was some time. Yeah. So it's not like you don't have to invest your time for preparing this. Of course, it's still better if you are just working with Databricks every day as a data engineer, for example, or even as a data analyst. If you're working with Databricks, you're already in the better position to start preparing yourself for this exam. Yeah. So I use Databricks Academy for partners. This Academy portal is fantastic in terms of preparing and getting knowledge about the Databricks, anything about the Databricks. So it helped me a lot. Yeah. So in this course, you have modules, you have lessons, and each of the lessons is a video. It's a video when you can listening and watch what is going on there, but also you can download or clone the notebooks, and you can run the same notebooks, the same code on your own Databricks workspace. So this is something that I would encourage you to do, because it's fantastic way to just double check how it works, and making sure that you are doing exactly the same as it's shown in video. Yeah. So please make sure that you actually spin up the Databricks cluster. You prepare the whole Databricks workspace. You are set up the repository, you set up all the notebooks, and you run actually the code. That helps you much better than just watching the videos. And then at the end of each module, you are able to try and test your knowledge in the kind of tests, whereas like I don't remember 25, 20 each something questions. You can answer on those questions and check, what would be your results. Yeah. So if you are not feeling okay, would I pass this exam or not? Do I know already, enough from this module, from that kind of pillar or topic or area? Then you can check your knowledge using that kind of test. Yeah. And that helps you also, to check your knowledge. That helps you to understand, okay, what you maybe miss in this module. Okay, now let's talk about the exam itself. Yeah, numbers. How many questions? For this exam, there's currently 45 questions, and you have 90 minutes for all the exam. So it's not bad, because it means that you have 2 minutes per one questions. And of course, some questions are easier, some of them are more difficult, some of them are very tricky, so you need to just read very careful what they mean and catch this trick. Yeah. So but averagely you have 2 minutes per questions, which is not that bad. Yeah. So time, I believe, is not like it's not big pressure here. However, what you need to pay attention into is the questions. You need to sometimes, as I mentioned, some questions are longer. There's sometimes some particular examples of code, and they are asking you, okay, what would be in this gap? Yeah, what would you put here? And sometimes there's also some scenarios that are describing you who you are in that kind of scenario and what your goal, what you need to do. And then you need to, answer the questions, or maybe select appropriate code, which would do or execute appropriate transformations. Yeah. So all those things you need to know. You need to know not only the theoretically Databricks, but also about how to build the code, how to execute it. Yeah. So it's required a bit of your memory, to memorize some syntax sometimes. Yeah, you need to just remember a few of them. Don't go crazy. Yeah. So this is about the questions and exam time. Yeah. In terms of registration, you need to pay $200 per exam. And also, what is worth to mention, Databricks partner can get 50% of discount for this. So double check with your manager or boss if your company is Databricks partner. Yeah, it's worth to pay less. The exam, the certification is proctored. It means you can take it sitting in the office, sitting at home, or working remotely, but make sure that you have audio and video working, because this is one of the crucial things that you need to have enabled during the whole exam. So when your exam is ongoing, don't look around, like up, down, aside. Don't do that kind of things because they looks weird. And sometimes someone might monitoring you what you're doing. We don't know if that's automatic, fully automatic, or semi-automatic process. Also, your microphone must be enabled all the time, so that if you are doing something like or I don't know. So actually, you need to make sure that that kind of sounds coming to your microphone, and they are able to monitoring your environment all the time during the exam. Yeah. So also make sure that you are alone on the room. The room is closed, and you can focus on the exam. You can focus on the questions, and you can answer them at your best. So after 90 minutes of exam, or maybe less, you will see how it goes. Yeah, you will see the results automatically after the exam immediately. So which is a good thing because you don't have to wait, you don't have to be stressed. You will see if you pass or failed automatically after the exam. If you fail the exam, make sure that you can check what kind of areas was not very good for you. You are not very good at those pillars, and learn again. And actually, you cannot just, schedule another exam just another day, because you need to pause for at least 14 days. So from that perspective, plan accordingly and don't rush. Yeah. You have time, you need to just, you need to repeat some learning curve and then try again. Maybe not immediately after 2 weeks, maybe give you more time if you need, and try again, of course. What is the minimum score you need to achieve to pass the exam? Is 70%. Yeah, 70% is the minimum, absolute minimum that you need to reach to pass the exam, which means is 31.5 means practically it's 32 questions you need to answer correctly to pass the exam. Now, what if you are ready, if you prepare for the exam, what to do next, how to schedule your exam? That's very easy. You need to open the webassessor.com website, you need to create an account. Of course, you need to log into the portal. And then on top menu, you can see the register for an exam. If you click that menu, you will see a list of the exams that you can take, and one of those is Databricks Certified Data Engineer Associate in version 3. You need to just click continue button, and then next step would be to just select the date and hour. As you can see, there's a plenty of slots where you can schedule an exam, and then read the rules, select the checkbox and click select button then. In the last step, please double check or even triple check if you choose appropriate exam, if you don't make any mistake. If you have voucher for the exam discount, put it in here, submit, and then click the checkout to just pay for your exam. And then, good luck, be prepared for your exam, and I hope you pass in the first time. What would be my tips for you to be better prepared for an exam and pass it? Of course, everyone would like to pass the exam without any stress or with minimal preparation. Of course, that would be ideal, yeah? But that's not always the case, yeah? So my first tip would be take Databricks training, yeah? Whatever you pay for it, or if you get the self-service training, do this course, go through all the lessons, go through all the modules, get all the tests if you can do self-assessments. So just double check if you are prepared. Yeah. So this is the thing. This is the area that you don't have to pay for. So be prepared better. Spend some time. Second tip. Prepare and double check the Spark documentation. Yeah, in the Databricks you can read a lot about the documentation, about the Delta Lake, about the tricks, about the syntax, and Everything is actually there. Of course, I'm not encouraging you to, to read everything in there. If you have time, of course, that would be ideal. But, check few things that you are not sure. If you are learning something, check the documentation, check that page, this page, and etc. To just, check some details, that helps you to be more comfortable with some questions, with some techniques. Third one, of course, if you're working with Databricks already, that's perfect, yeah, because it means that in practice you can work with Databricks Workspace, you are doing something already, and it's already helping you to be prepared for the exam. You already know you already know how the Databricks workspace and environment looks like. I bet you already wrote some code. You already know maybe how to read and transform some data, read some specific file formats. You already know maybe how the partitioning working, and etc. and etc. So that's ideal, yeah. If you can work with Databricks, do it. Do it. Practice it even more. And try everything in practice. Try everything live if you can. Another good source of knowledge are books. So I will put in the comments under this video some links to the books that you can learn from as well. Yeah. So if you have more time, you can get and read those books, maybe even a few sections, just to make sure that you can upskills from particular areas and be better prepared for the exam. Make sure that you have basic knowledge about the Spark architecture. What is the medallion architecture? What is the cluster, driver, worker? What is the nodes? What is the executor, core, application, job, stage, task, and etc. Make sure that you know the differences between narrow and wide transformations, shuffle, partitioning, partitions, what is the bucketing, how to work with data frames, of course, how to read, how to write from using those objects, what is the different file formats like JSON, CSV, Parquet, Delta-like tables, what is the schema, how to print schema, how to use the schema involve mechanism, what is the schema on read, schema on write. Please double check if you understand those small differences. How to create temporary views, what is the views, how to create global views, what's the cache, how to write the data, what is the persist, that kind of things. Be prepared in advance for the exam itself, so prepare the room, prepare yourself, be relaxed, don't be tired before the exam. So, my personal approach is to taking an exam in the very early in the morning, like 6 a.m. when my kids are still sleeping, or maybe very late in the evening, like 11 p.m. for example, when they are sleeping and the whole house is quiet, yeah. So I don't have any distractions from the outside, yeah. So that's something that helps me. Maybe it will help you as well. So double check, what is your perfect area? What is the place in your flat, in your house, where you are feeling comfortable to pass the exam? And that's it, I think. I hope I didn't forget anything. Let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any additional questions. Let me also know if this video helps you to pass the exam or prepare to the exam. Definitely let me know if you pass the exam, and what else I can do to help you in your professional journey. Thank you very much for watching this video. Have a fantastic day. Don't forget to subscribe this channel, and hopefully see you in the next video. Take care, bye bye.